Welcome.
YouTubers, Electric Adventures here with the slightly belated Tubers High Score recap for this week. Since it was my pick, I picked Bosconian, which was an arcade game that I used to play a lot back in the day when I used to go visit the arcades, and I liked it so much, and the price to rent it was appropriate, and I rented it for my 18th birthday party when a couple of friends came over and we played it a bit. And I remember back in the day that I used to get about, I was happy with 80-something thousand from fuzzy memory. I can't really remember what levels we get up to, but a lot of the levels look familiar. This was a slightly complicated one because there are actually two versions of the game. There's the original old version, and then there's a newer release one, which some MAME setups and some of the setups that some of the you guys are using only has the new one. So we actually have a mixture of new and old version scores, and also some people, and this is me included, because I actually did a run on the new version and the old version, and so did Kit 171. So I'm going to do two lists. Okay, so neither one is less than the other, if you know what I mean. And I want to totally commend the people who got top on each one. As I said, some of us selected the wrong live setting and actually made it harder for ourselves, because I didn't realise until I played my second game, was that you change the settings. You've got to reset the physical machine to get those settings to apply. So if you just change the settings, go back in, you'll still actually be on the current settings. And that's, I think, a trap people are regularly falling into. So anyway, without further ado, so we'll go with the new version first, so I specifically did say the old version as the one selected because it's the harder. It's harder. Keeps the scores down a bit further. And it's the original one, and it's the one I could get to work at the time. Also, I had tremendous problems with my MAME. I'd play the game and it would crash, and I think somebody else had that very same problem, so they probably had the same version of MAME that I did. I have now, I spent most of this last weekend, I downloaded a brand new ROM set and MAME 1.63b. I'm still not happy with the front end that I have at the moment, but I can launch the games manually through the command line and at least get it working. And I had played 2 stable games with no other practices. So the 2 scores that I did were actually my only games where I played through till I got killed. Anyway, the new version. So we have, sorry, I wrote one in the wrong order. We had 4 people who played the new version. So fourth was Matt, or Matropolis, with quite a respectable 64,910, and he did use the correct live settings. Then third was Kit 171, who got 79,540, but made it hard for himself by having 20k and 50k live settings. And then there is myself with 104,900 in second place, but I also made it hard for myself with 20k and 50k live settings. None of us were even close to Johny Hart, who got 196,420, and as he said, I reckon if he had played the old version, he probably would have beaten the high score on the old version as well. Never know, he might be able to do a follow-up gameplay at some stage. So, probably in the high score table on the site we'll have 2 different, new version, old version. So anyway, the old version, which was actually the subject for this week's challenge, we have 8 entries who did that. So at number 8 is Steve 36207, or Steve Evans, with 38,060, and that is still actually quite a respectable score. It is actually hard, unless you're really into the swing of things, to get past the 40k, 50k mark, because that particular level that you're up to when you get to those points is pretty hard. Number 7, Amiga Old Skool, with 46,030. Number 6, The Synergy 1987, with 53,410. And just ahead of him is Hatthewmartley. Hopefully I've said that correctly. My handwriting's terrible sometimes. 54,600. And then I was very disappointed with the score because I know I can get around 80 or so, because that's what I got back in the day on the old version. So myself on 4th place, 67,400. Now our top 3. So we have Ellis Hoile with 99,040, very respectable score, and then Kit 171 in 2nd place. He surprised himself. He actually got more on the hard version than the easy version, and he got 106,180. That's a very decent score. And just pipping him, but not really just pipping him because he selected the wrong life settings, was Acidonia 150 on 107,920. So he would have actually got an extra life and had one more life to play. So because he obviously would have got one at 100k. So I believe everybody enjoyed that game. Next one, when it comes around my turn, I'll try and go slightly newer, but you can probably be guaranteed it'll be a shoot 'em up. So this was a lot of fun. Hopefully I've got my MAME set up, although I'm thinking of rather than having it on this recording PC, I'll actually build a PC just for doing MAME with proper arcade controls soon. So don't know how long that'll take. But anyway, always enjoy the Tubers High Score Challenge, and onwards to next week's game, which is Donkey Kong Arcade. Alright, I'm Electric Adventures, and I'll catch you next time.